Let me tell you the story of Melissa King and her husband. They thought the small bedroom community of Harrietsfield, just outside Halifax, would be an ideal place to buy a house and raise a family. It never occurred to them that their dream could sink in contaminated water.
Obviously, we weren't aware of the problem when we bought the house. We did test the water. The water test came back clear somehow, and the people who sold us the house did sign the water disclosure that there were no known problems with the water, and then they left the country.
But there were and are big problems with the water in Harrietsfield, Nova Scotia. This construction debris recycling site was established in 1997 over the protests of local residents. 6 years later, the Halifax Regional Municipality approved a landfill on the site, and the provincial government began monitoring the water in local wells.
What we would do is we would have strangers come into our homes and test our water, and we would get a 11-page, well, today we're getting an 11-page documentary with our water sample on it, and nobody can read or understand any of this.
Marlene taught herself to decipher and tabulate the results. 10 years ago, the reports started to show big increases in contaminants. The water stank, the community couldn't drink it, couldn't bathe in it, couldn't wash with it.
Well, I carry water jugs in my car, so I fill them up at work or friends' houses or family members. I don't shower in my home. I shower at my parents' house, and I've always bathed my child there as well. It's also polluted the lake, and a lot of people who used to fish there, the fish have all died.
In 2009, new research confirmed a growing plume of impacted groundwater flowing from the site. The residents demanded action, and the province ordered the company to clean up. The company appealed. 5 years later, in 2015, the appeal was dismissed. But any actual cleanup of the water is still years away. Meanwhile, Melissa King and her family were stuck with a house that couldn't even be sold.
We like this home, we like the neighborhood. We wanted to stay, and I really couldn't figure out anything that would be safe for myself and for my child. So it was a hard decision, and I did a lot of research and thought about it for a long time, but we did in the end declare bankruptcy and walk from the house.
Contaminated water forced Melissa King's family into bankruptcy in a Canadian capital city just 15 minutes away from the Nova Scotia legislature.
I think there's this misconception that we live in Canada and we have this right to a healthy environment, to safe water, clean air, and the truth is we don't.